Jose Smith, I appoint you as guardian for your grandfather, Julian Smith. I am Ted Baca, a judge for the 2nd Judicial District of New Mexico. This video explains the legal obligations the guardian has to the person he or she is responsible for, as well as to this court. The reason you are watching this video is because you are being considered or have already been appointed as guardian of another person. I want to be sure you understand what this means.
The law defines a guardian as someone who's been qualified and appointed by the court to provide for the care, the custody, and control of an incapacitated person who's often called a ward. When this happens, it means that the court believes that you are a capable and responsible individual who will look out for the best interest of your ward. A guardianship places a special trust in you. It is one of the most important responsibilities a person can be given.
A ward is an incapacitated person who requires someone else's help to make decisions concerning his or her personal care. A ward may be incapacitated due to neurological problems, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, traumatic brain injury, stroke, Parkinson's, and so forth. Impaired judgment for whatever reason that affects health, safety, and finances. Developmental disability, mental illness, physical illness or disability, chronic use of drugs, chronic intoxication, or other reasons to the extent that the ward can no longer adequately care for himself or his property, putting himself or others at risk. As a court-appointed guardian, you will be responsible for addressing your ward's physical health as well as general well-being and personal needs, while at the same time allowing your ward to maintain as much self-sufficiency and autonomy as possible. In a sense, this may require even more work and discipline on your part. Remember that your goal is to preserve the dignity and independence of your ward to whatever degree is possible. When you accept this position, it means that you must perform certain duties, including the filing of an annual report each year. See reporting module on this DVD. It also means that the court will continue to have authority over you, and you are accountable to the judge as guardian. If you are unable to fulfill your duties as guardian, you are required to return to the court to request to be removed. Until the court releases you of your duties, you are still responsible to arrange for the care and safety of your ward. Having your ward's best interest at heart while ensuring their health and safety is your main obligation. You are also required to fulfill your obligations to the court as well. Some of those responsibilities are addressed in this video in the reporting module and any written materials you may be given, as well as the probate code. If you have any questions and concerns regarding your role and responsibilities as guardian, you can contact an attorney at any time or write a letter to the judge in your case requesting a status conference. If you do send a letter to the judge, be sure to send a copy to all attorneys in the case and the ward.
Now let's consider some specific duties and responsibilities you face as guardian. Each order may be different, but generally, you're responsible for making provisions for your ward's comfort, health, safety, housing, personal needs, and sometimes his or her belongings.
You are responsible for coordinating any services to assure that his health, safety, and care are taken care of in the least restrictive environment that will allow as much independence as possible. However, you are not financially responsible for the ward or criminally responsible for their actions unless you are aware of the conditions contributing to the criminal behavior or you yourself enable such actions. Guardians often make medical decisions for their wards and sometimes may monitor financial decisions. The details and extent of those appointed authorities and responsibilities are outlined in the order that appointed you as guardian. This may include major medical decisions in addition to regular checkups and hospitalization. Of course, you will want your ward to participate in these decisions to the extent that he or she is able. If the ward is unable to communicate his wishes to you, you should make decisions concerning his care through the exercise of a method called substituted judgment. Substituted judgment means trying to make the decisions the ward would have made when or if competent. You learn this based on your interaction with the ward, prior written directives, and contact with others involved in his life. If you are unable to make a decision using this method, you should make such decisions only in the ward's best interest. Mental health decisions are unique, and your ward's circumstances may require that you be responsible for making the mental health decisions for your ward. These could include psychiatric treatment and decisions regarding the administration of psychiatric medications. Some healthcare providers and courts agree that a guardian under the probate code has the same power to make mental health decisions as a treatment guardian has under the mental health code. Ideally, if mental health issues are a concern for your ward, specific provisions should be put in the order appointing you as guardian to ensure you have those powers if you need them. You may be responsible for assisting your ward with applying for benefits or services. Some examples of these are federal and state agencies such as the VA, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and waiver services. If you have been assigned authority to monitor and/or manage your ward's finances, remember that your ward's money can only be used for his or her direct benefits, such as expenses arising from his or her general care and medical needs. For instance, you cannot pay yourself any money or use your ward's money for your own benefit or for anyone else's benefit without prior court approval. You must never mix your own and your ward's funds or borrow from or lend money to your ward. The guardian also decides where is the best place for the ward to live and receive care, like a home or facility such as assisted living, group home, residential care home, nursing home, special dementia care setting, a private residence, or with you if appropriate. This decision must always be made with the ward's needs and best interest in mind and not for another's benefit.
In closing, I want to thank you for your willingness to serve as guardian. You are to be commended for your willingness to accept this obligation. I also want to stress that this is a serious ongoing legal appointment which includes important responsibilities both to your ward and to this court. Remember, always consider the best interest of your ward and make every effort to preserve both his dignity and independence.
If you have further questions or for more information, please contact New Mexico Guardianship Association